Hi you guys, I'm up in Idlewild and I've decided that even though my gum is completely swollen and I keep biting on it, oh, I'm so excited that I was gonna, I said I'd come up and do the reading anyway. We've got a visitor. I'm trying to see who it is. On the way here, I was talking to someone before I came. Someone wrote to me on my website, look at the lighting, isn't that badass? Let's use that. Let's use that first. Let's call this in. I'm going to call in Archangel Metatron to come and clear and balance our chakras, okay? We've got the light sitting right. We're using the solar rays right now. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so we're going to call in Archangel Michael to stand guard while Archangel Metatron opens up and clears and balances our chakras. Yay! And now we're pulling this light in. We're going to pull this healing ray, the purple ray. Do you see the purple ray? There it is. It's going down through our chakras, all the way down, from the top right down to the root chakra. Bam! It's going into all of our organs, all of our cells, our bloodstream, our skin, tissues, hair, lungs, heart, all of our vital organs. We ask that our bones be strengthened. We ask that the muscles be leaned out and plump back up, healthy and firm and fresh and young. We ask that our skin be plumped back up as well. Firm, fresh, supple skin. All of the blood's pumping, right? All of the cells are being pumped full of new life from this golden and purple healing ray that's coming into us. Oh, I love. I'm energized with this. We're going to fill this up. We're going to ask ourselves, okay, what is it that we need? What is it that we're lacking right now? What am I feeling? I need to have courage. I need more strength. I need to be more positive. I want to let go of the fear and of the worry and of the doubt and of the second guessing and this ego mind that keeps talking and telling me that I'm limited when I'm not limited. When I've got this, the ability to pull this inside of me, and it's working inside of me. Take away all of that. We ask that this healing ray comes through it and fills our bodies and our auric field and our spiritual body, our etheric body, everything. Energize it. Fill it with this holy freaking blast of energy from spirit. This power that we have all got the ability to draw into us. We all have this. There it is right there. We see the sun every single day. And if we don't see the sun, we know it's there. We can use the moon too, but right now we're going to use the sun. Wear it like a flower in our hat. Right there it is. Okay, so everything is moving inside of us, right? This ray, I mean, look at this. There's a lot of energy coming there. There's a lot of energy. Can you feel it? Can you feel it building inside? Feel your heart chakra. Feel it right now. Let's, there we go. Let's get this ray and beam it right down into our heart. There we go. All right. Boom. Colors going. Okay, we got it pumped. Our crown is on fire. I mean, our crown is just simply on fire. Our third eye, look at that. Enlighten us, enlighten us. Open up our eyes. I call on the wisdom of the owl. Help me see in the dark. Help me see past illusions through into the secrets of my own mind, that I trick myself into believing that I'm stuck, that I can't do what I know that I want to do, what my soul is asking me to do. Clear that all away. Show me the fallacy in the things that I've been told since I was a child. You can't do this. You can't do that. I spoke to somebody today. I'm going to have this working through while I'm talking to you. He wrote to me and he asked me about the owl, about working with the owl messenger. And he said that he was the barn owl. He goes, this is who I am. And I said, that's really cool. I'm the great horned owl. That's my main totem. The barn owl is one of my twins' main totems. And he started to tell me about his life. And he said that he has seizures. He says he's broken every single bone in his body. He's smashed his face through plate tables, glass windows. He never knows when they're coming on. I think he said he has 13 kinds of seizures. He had no friends growing up. Every day he faces death, he says. Every day he knows that he could die. He never driven a car. So limited by this physical, beyond his control, action that takes over his body. And I listened to him, and no, I don't have an affliction like that. The things that he's told me that he has to go through, gashes in his head, scars so deep right through to the bone, because the tremors are out of control. He can't stop them. Doesn't know when they're going to come. That's why you couldn't have any friends. You don't know what's going to happen. It's embarrassing. They might get scared. What do you do? He's telling me all this stuff, and as he was telling me all this stuff, I started getting angry. And it was like righteous anger, you know? And he's telling me that how he's able to communicate with, he's drawn on the wisdom of the owl and of nature. He lives in the mountains, and he draws from nature. And he says he's been helped himself to heal, working with the spirit of the animals and working with nature and drawing on their wisdom. And he's able to see things. And he asked me, what does it mean to me? And he says, and tell the truth. And I thought, if you know the owl, you should know that I only tell the truth. The owls tell the truth. We see past deception. We have the ability to see into other people. We can look in someone's eyes and know they're lying to us. But sometimes we fool ourselves, right? We've got these gifts that we can see that. So I thought, he should see this in me. He should know this in me, shouldn't he? And as he was talking about all the things that he couldn't do, and, you know, all the things that have happened to him and how horrible it is, and no friends, and it sounded so hopeless. And he says, I've learned to accept my condition, and I've come to peace with it. And I said, why? Why come to peace with that? You've probably heard your entire life, you'll never be able to drive a car, you'll never get married, you'll never be able to live on your own, you'll never be able to do this, this is going to happen, you're going to have, constantly you'll be in fear, you'll never know when this is going to occur, you're constantly going to have to be on the guard. All of this shit that's been pumped into his brain his entire life. Of course, his family has been trying to protect him, right? Doctors want him to protect himself. The guy's broken every bone in his body. If he drove a car, he'd kill himself and probably 100 other people. There's a lot of things he can't do. And I said, you know what, there's a lot of things you can do. And right now, you need to stop talking about your disability. You need to stop saying, I can't do this. I can't do that. You can do anything. You're limiting your mind. Your mind controls your body. Your mind thinks that you can't stop this. I said, if you believe that, and he says he works with the power of the owl. He works with the owl. And I said, okay, then if you work with the power of the owl, then you call on the owl. And you call on the Father, and you say, you need to warn me. I want to get a warning. Give me, if you're not going to take away this, maybe he won't ever get them taken away. Maybe our trials that we have in front of us won't be taken away, but we'll be given a way to handle it. He says, I've come to peace with that. And I thought, I would, like hell, I'd stop at that. Stop telling yourself what you can't do. You start telling yourself, I am powerful. I am whole. I am perfect. I am healthy. I am strong. I am capable of mastering my mind. And when you tell me I can't, I say I can. So at the very least that you need to do is stop renumerating and talking about the things that are bad, the things that go wrong, the things that are scary. Okay, it's there. I get it. I understand that you're trying to tell me that this has been your life. That's cool. But are you going to stay in that place? Or are you going to use the fact that you have a gift? Clearly you have a gift. You work with the owl, right? You know how to do things. You can see things. He reads just like me. He dreams for other people. He's in their dreams. He can see things. He feels their energy. And I said, if you have those gifts that you've tapped into, you pull this energy in and you light up your chakras and you tap into some other gifts inside here. And you start telling yourself, all right, we're going to work around this. Maybe you're not going to take this away from me. Maybe you're not going to take my plight, my circumstance away from me, but you're going to help me work through this. And I went to the Father. As I was talking to him, I went in prayer myself, you know, in between when he would write to me, and I was getting ready to come up here. And I said, it's not okay. It's not okay that he has to deal with this. He has angels. He's got a team. He trusts you. He's leaning on you, and he's coming to you. And I want you to give him a warning. I want you to somehow flash in his mind a picture of an owl right before he has a tremor or anything that's going to hit, so that he can put his hand down or protect himself from hurting himself. He shouldn't have to be dealing with this challenge, which you have allowed him to come in with, yes, because it's teaching him other gifts. He's seeing other things, and he's getting stronger because of this horrible thing that he's had to deal with. But why don't you make it a little easier? Let's make it a little bit easier so he doesn't have to hurt himself. Just like me with Lily. Don't hurt Lily to bring me my message. So I went to Spirit for him, and I said, I am asking you to give him a warning. That's fair.
That's fair. He has gifts. He trusts you. And if he trusts you, you need to reward him for that. As I came here, I told him all of this, and he was very complacent, and he was very calm, very gentle. He reminded me so much of my twin. And I said, I've seen him break things too. Lost control of something. I don't know what it was. And sometimes we don't have control of certain things. But we can rework our brain and we can make that happen. We can get control, or we can make it manageable, right? We can manage it. So as we're feeling all of this energy coming in, this is energy. I trust in spirit. I believe in spirit. I know I'm heard. I know I'm guided. I know that when I go to my Father and my angels and I ask for them to help him, I know that they will hear me. Because what's the point of me trusting and having faith in spirit and calling on them when I'm a healer to help if it isn't proven? There's going to be something, I said to him, there's going to be something that they're going to give you. They're either going to show you in a dream, you're going to get a flash in your mind, something is going to tip you off the next time you have one of your attacks. Before you have it, you're going to have enough time to steady yourself, to make sure that you're not anywhere that you can fall, or that when you fall, you're falling on something that can help you. And I am putting that out there right now, and I trust my Father that he will do this. I told him I was going to talk. I was going to bring this up. And I was going to say, there's a lot of people that feel that they've got disabilities and they've got things that they're embarrassed about. And I thought, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's broken every bone in his body. No friends growing up. Can't drive a car. Could have a tremor at any moment. It's not a tremor. It's seizures. 13 kinds of seizures. No medicine helps it. Nothing. No warning. Boom, boom, boom. And he is at peace. And he says he draws peace from nature, from the animals. He sent me the most beautiful pictures of the owls and the scenery, the land, the mountains. He says, I'm in the mountains and I'm blessed and I can draw from this. And I thought, see, look what he's going through. And he was just telling me his story. He wasn't feeling sorry for himself. He told me he's found a place of peace. We can change our circumstances. We can alter. We are in control of what we think. If we want to think that we're defeated, then we are defeated before we even start. If we want to think that there's nothing that can be done, then nothing's going to get done. But if we have faith, there is a person who was in prison who got his teeth kicked out. Older man, very poorly educated, was not educated at all, no schooling. And he thought, well, I'll just have to grow my next pair. And he grew a full set of teeth. And they said, that's impossible. You don't grow 3 sets of teeth. But no one ever told him he couldn't grow 3 sets of teeth. He just believed that when these ones got knocked out, then the next ones would grow in. And they did. It's documented. There's all kinds of things. Our mind can do all kinds of things. Our mind can debilitate us, and it can give us wings. And I said, if your totem, your main totem, and his is the owl, the barn owl is a stealthy being. They're stealthy. They come silently. I call them the sexy barn owls. They're amazing. But if they come silently, why can't they come silently and warn him and let him know? I'm going to whisper in your ear. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Spirit gives me warnings all the time. Spirit tells me what's coming. As I was driving here, I saw the most beautiful red hawk. The red hawk is my messenger, right? She's who came to me upon my reawakening. So she's one of my main totems. I have so many, but she's one of my very special ones because she's who came to me first. And I saw her, and her wings were huge. They were so freaking huge. If I hadn't been driving in the middle lane, I would have had to have pulled over and videotaped her. She was incredible. As it was, I did pull my camera up and try to get a picture, and I didn't get anything because it feels as though every time one of my twin or my really spiritual connecting messenger shows up for me, it's just for me. Some things are just for us. So I looked at her and I watched her, and she landed on the top of a telephone pole. And something that Brianna Craig, I think her last name is, said in one of my readings recently, she was speaking and she just posted something and said, a red hawk, I don't know if she said a red hawk, but she said a hawk can land on a telephone pole and see the past, present, and the future. And so when I saw that hawk land on that post, her wings so big and red, God, she was amazing. I said out loud, a hawk, as she landed, I said, a hawk can stand on the top of a telephone pole and see the past, present, and future. And so I saw mine. I saw from where I came. I saw where I was. I was in kind of like a flat, open field area. And what was in front of me was the mountains. When the great wave comes, go to the mountains. I saw my future. My future is in the mountains. I saw it. I saw the past, present, and future as that red hawk landed on that post. I will bring it into being, no matter what it takes to have. I'm here right now, but it's where I'm meant to go. And the mountain is spirit. And so when we feel limited, when we feel restricted by our human vessel, we need to remember that we are spiritual beings and we are connected to this source. We are using this source. All this time I'm talking, this source is filling us with this purple golden ray. Look at this. This is energy from the sun. This is very, very powerful energy. This is forward movement. The divine masculine is the sun. So now that we've got everything spun and filled us up inside, we ask that with this flame as it builds and builds and builds, it's coming out, right? It's bubbling up, it's bubbling up. It can't help but do that. It's just filling inside of us. We're full. We're full. It's overflowing. It's overflowing. And we can see now as it comes out the top of our crown, right? As it shines down. There it is. There goes the titanium plating. Vroom, 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 all around. There it is. Titanium shielding all around me, all around me. Right at it. Close off. Archangel Michael, please come and seal this off. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Father, keep pouring this down. If you keep pouring this down. Now look at this shield going around us. I'm visualizing. I'm not even having to visualize. You can flip and see it. This is going around us. This is our protective shielding. Can you see the green? Can you see the blue? Can you see the rainbow colors? The healing that's coming? Look at this. Any doubt, fear, or worry, anything that we've polluted our inner shield with, or anything on the outside that's come and attacked us, melting off. Look at this, melting off. Protected. Titanium shield coming down. And when this clears now, this goes all the way to the bottom. Imagine the shield closing like a rhinoceros. Plating. Ding, 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 ding. All the way. Now, see the mirror? Right there. Now we want a mirror plating over top of us. Boop. Mirror. 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 All the way around us. We got the mirror plating. Anything or anyone that comes against us now, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. It's going to shoot off us and right back to them. We are sealed in. All right. Now, we have an interesting reading. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this because I feel like I'm just supposed to be telling you things. I might show you a couple pictures of the cards, but I wrote down some notes because I had something magic happen last night. The first thing that came was I went out to get stuff for my tooth because I went to research it, right? Lily told me everything I needed. Lily gave me, the hummingbird told me everything I needed to do. Everything that I watched, she told me what to do. I was supposed to eat little amounts. I was supposed to keep hydrated. I was supposed to take a variety of things. I was supposed to rest. Go back and do a little more, rest. Rest. Go to where it's peaceful, this is it. So I thought to myself, you know, I told you guys I might not be able to do the weekly reading because I wouldn't be able to speak. My mouth was swollen, my jaw was swollen. And I researched online for this infected wisdom tooth. And I've shared it with you guys, I don't know if you looked. I found this young girl, and she's a hippie. And she decided she's not getting her wisdom teeth taken out. And she's decided, you know what? They told me that I had an infected wisdom tooth. An infected wisdom tooth. But she thought about it. She goes, think about it. Teeth is breaking through. These teeth are breaking through the gums. Of course it's going to hurt. Of course it's going to get swollen, right? It's going to hurt. It doesn't mean it's infected. It just means it flipping hurts. It hurts. It's like a baby when you get new teeth. Well, when you get your wisdom teeth, they hurt like hell. For some reason, for me, it's the bottom ones because that's the foundation. I've got a lot of messages about me building this foundation for my future, and I'm not doing it with ease. It's something that I'm working hard and I'm going through pain to get through it, but it's worth it. Spirit told me it would be hard, and this is going to be the hardest thing you've ever had to do, Sherry. But it will be so worth it in the end.
And I'm talking about my twin soul path and the path that I took when I was asked to be a spiritual teacher. But what they were talking about was my twin soul relationship. They said, this will be the hardest thing you have ever had to endure. And it has been. Just like these wisdom teeth. When I got my top wisdom teeth in, didn't bother me at all. But the base, the foundation for my future, this hurts so bad. It went from nothing to just boom, excruciating pain. And I thought, I listened to this girl talk, you know, and I started looking at homeopathic remedies to use. And I got peppermint oil, put it on there, helped. I got it under control. I got the pain under control to the point where you know, it's swollen. Yeah, it's swollen, but I can speak, right? I can do this. This is important for me. This is my path. Nothing gets in my way. I kept telling this man today as I listened to him, you know, you won't see me lie down. Don't you lie down. Don't you say, I accept what they say. I accept that I will never get married. I will accept that I can never live on my own. I accept that don't ever accept what other people tell you. Don't ever accept other people to put limits on you. You tell yourself what you can do and you reach and reach little goals. Get there, you know? Get past that. Okay, so I did that last night. That's what I was doing. I come home, driving down the driveway, and highlighted with my high beams is the first totem messenger. And it's the cricket. Now, when you think of cricket, I think of Jiminy Cricket. I think of your conscience, right? I think of telling the truth, right? We lie to ourselves a lot. When we get scared, that's our ego mind taking control, and we lie to ourselves. We say that we're limited. We say we can't do this, we can't do that. That's lying to ourselves. It's not true. We are not limited. We limit ourselves by what we say and what we believe. So I look at these crickets on the wall. There's lots of them. They were all over the wall. And when you see the cricket says to you, you have an inherent capacity to bring about positive outcomes. You've got that ability because you believe in it. People say that I'm far too optimistic, right? You're not living in a reality. I say there are those who have dreams and those who take their dreams and turn them into reality, right? When you see a cricket jump across your path, that is good fortune. It means that everything that you've been working towards and dreaming about is now possible. Now, possible because there's something that you're required to do, right? First of all, you got to believe that you can do it. Second of all, you got to start taking action steps. You got to start moving in the direction of your dreams. Even if it's doing what I'm doing, I want the mountains. So even if I have to drive up here and sit my ass down on these rocks so that I can get my energy in the mountains and say that this is where I want to be, I'm making this happen. I am dreaming this into reality. They want you to stay open to guidance, whether it comes in a cosmic nature, like when that bird landed on the pole and I heard that, or when we did the reading yesterday and that man said, say it again. Say it again. I heard that, and one of my friends said she heard it too. I am supposed to say it again. I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the face. I'm going to tell you guys we are not limited. We can do what we set our minds to do. I said to my twin, you can do anything you set your mind to. Don't you believe that you're limited. Don't listen to what anybody else says to you. You can do anything you set your mind to. Stay open to the guidance that comes. I heard, say it again. So I'm saying it again. I'm repeating it, right? You're going to get an idea of what you're supposed to do. I came out here and I thought, I don't like the cards that I got. They just were a lot of confusion. Didn't like them. I knew I wanted to talk about that guy. I knew I wanted to talk to you about the animal messengers. And maybe we'll talk about a couple of the cards. But I just figured I'm just going to start. And Spirit's just going to guide me. I'm just going to go with it. Right? Because there's messages that Spirit wants you to hear. That guy came to me. He came to me after looking at a post of mine. I posted on the barn owl. And I was talking about my twin. I said, the sexy barn owl. And I spoke about the qualities and how what you need to call upon the barn owl. And how a barn owl, they know when someone's a friend. They know when someone is not. And they make their decisions very quickly about who they can trust and who they can't. But they're very stealthy. They don't tell. They've got a plan. They do a lot of things in secret. And I said to him, I understand that and I respect that. I love all my messengers. I said, but I'm the great horned owl, and the great horned owl speaks. And sometimes it's safer to be right out in the open. Sometimes it's safer to say, I'm here. I see you watching me, and I'm watching you. I am not your victim. I am in control of what's going on in my mind and I know who surrounds me. I could be up here right now, and you don't see anything. But I am surrounded by the greatest force. I am so protected and so safe. I feel so safe here. So safe. And I believe so firmly, and my belief and my faith is so strong that it doesn't matter what anybody else says. I don't care what anybody else says. I know that Spirit will make things happen for me because I believe that, because I trust. And when we trust in Spirit, they show us. They show us. And when I asked, you show him. You give him something. He's asking. He's trusting in you. He's got faith in you, and don't you let him down. I'm asking. I'm coming before you myself, and I'm asking my team to help his team because we're all connected. And he says, no, it comes on too fast. It comes on too fast. No, it does not come on fast. You got split-second recall. You get it before it happens, and and I said, you know what? Okay, fine. I gave him that. I said, okay, fine. Comes on too fast. You're not going to have enough time to react. Fine. So then I said to Spirit, I want you to make sure that he's in a place that when that seizure hits him, that he's safe. Do not let him be in a place when a seizure hits that he's going to be hurt. That's what you can do. And you can do that. Okay? So I believed in that. So right now, you've got the capacity to make things happen. You've got this faith. You've got this belief. You've got this guidance. You've got this cosmic backup, right? Like this that's coming behind us. Whether it's an interview for a new job, whether it's being in the right place at the right time, right? I got to meet with the right people. I got to line up with the right people so I can get a place in the mountains, so I can further my path, because my path is for helping, right? This is not about just me. This is about helping. So if I'm here to help the world, and I'm here to help Mother Earth and take care of Mother Earth and take care of the animals, then I should be rewarded for that, right? Because I'm doing it for you. They wanted me to move. They wanted me to move. You guys are supposed to see all of this. So whether you need to be in the right place at the right time, you're interviewing for a job, whatever it is, they're telling you right now, Jiminy Cricket said, and I saw so many of Jiminy Crickets on that wall, so many. There wasn't just one, there was a bunch of them. They were all on the wall. And that says, all things are possible. Everything's possible for you right now. There's no such thing as I can't. There's everything as I can, I will, and it's going to happen, because Spirit's telling me that everything is possible for me at this moment. So I'm calling my twin in. I'm calling my team in. I'm calling everything to start moving forward. This down period is over. I feel fall in the air. It's harvest time for me, and it's time for me to reap what I've sown. And so this is what they're saying for you. All you need to do is feel like you deserve it, and I freaking deserve it. I work hard. I work hard, and I trust, and I believe that it's harvest time. It's time for me. And it's time for you too, if you trust that it is, and that you believe that it is. If you are a cricket, you know how to sing. You know how to sing loud. They put their little back legs together, and they start making that violin play, and they sing, right? You know how to use the power of your voice. If you're a cricket, clearly you can tell the cricket is one of mine, right? You've got a gift for finding your way through difficult moments, and pulling it together. I might cry, I might get down, but I don't stay down. I get up, right back up. I've got the ability to find the magic. I look for the magic, and I know it's there, and so that it shows itself to me, right? So you guys, you other people who are cricket people, you have the ability to get through difficult times. You can do this. You have an understanding of music, and you connect with music, and music moves you. I vibrate to music. I vibrate. I know, my soul knows what the music is saying, and I move to it, and it works through me. Often, cricket people are singers, like Jiminy Cricket. He sang, right? I sing. You're definitely a whirlwind of action. You definitely aren't a sit still. You're a person who is on the go. You're on the move. You're a mover and a shaker. You're a doer, right? You're not going to sit around and wait for the world to happen to you. You happen to the world. That's what the Jiminy Crickets of this world are. You seem to have the travel bug. You've got kind of a hard time staying in one spot. Look at me. I even freaking move around when I'm doing my readings, right? You move, you move, you move. We like to move. I like to move. I like to travel. I like to see different things. This world is big. I haven't seen enough of it. I want to see more of it. That's why it's harvest time for me, and why I'm calling my twin in, because we got to get moving. We got to start figuring things out, you know? it's time to figure things out and get things moving forward. So after I saw all of these representations of myself on the wall as Jiminy Cricket, because I saw so many of them, I laughed when I saw them all. They were cute, little crickets on the wall. Then I turned my car and the high beams went, they were like one big beam, like that. Boom. And it was like, see that shine above? That's what it was. There was a big, bold, shining spot on the wall. And there it was, right in the center. Right in the center, I saw the magic. And it was the centipede. The centipede is absolutely a sign of magic. Centipedes are sweet and caring, and they know the right thing to say. They're always pointing out the positives to other people, although they're very gentle, they're very loving, and they do this for other people, and yet for themselves, they're prone to anxiety and depression. They don't care if they don't look tough, right? But they don't want to look weak, and they have a difficult time asking for help when they need it. They hate to look weak. They hate to look afflicted. They hate to feel disadvantaged. They don't want anybody else to feel sorry for them. They try very, very hard to be everything to everyone else, but they don't allow that to happen for themselves. They're not very good with money. They probably throw it around, but they always seem to manage to get their hands on it. They like nice things. They like nice cars. They like nice homes. They don't mind spending money on stuff that they want. They're very smart. They are often extremely educated, intellectual, but they can be scatterbrained. And even though they are very caring and loving with their friends and family, they can become very, very resentful when you expect that of them. It's like they want to give, but don't stand there with your hand out, you know? They make some of the best friends. My twin is a centipede. They make some of the best friends you could ever hope for. Thoughtful and caring when you need them to be. They listen to you. They're fun. They're great listeners. They don't reveal very much to others, though. They're very secretive. Very much like the barn owl, which is the other totem. They bottle a lot up inside. The ones that are the closest to them, and there's not very many, they're the only ones that actually will get to know them really as they are. And the fact that they bottle up their feelings and they don't share what they need to share, that can cause a problem in relationships. It causes the relationships to corrode from the outside and from the inside, because there's a longing in a relationship to share, and they hold it inside. They make very, very amazing romantic partners. Think about it. They want your needs are first. They're loyal, they're trustworthy, they're amazing parents. They've got a hard time saying no when they need to. They can become overwhelmed easily because they're giving all the time. And because they don't say no to other people, their bodies can be overcome, and too much energy is taken from them. They need to pull away and process. They need to go away and heal. But a lot of times they don't give themselves the opportunity to do that. They have a lot of anxiety inside of them that they don't exhibit on the outside. And if you don't know this about them, there can be a problem in relationships. People that are married to ones that have centipede as a main totem may not even realize the anxiety that's going on and what they're dealing with on a daily basis. They don't feel that they can't see that they're feeling this way because they don't show it. They have a very complacent look on the outside. What they need to do, what their challenge is in this world, we all come in with lessons to learn, right? And the centipede totem needs to learn how to express. You need to learn how to express your feelings. What if you had the most difficult thing, most unbelievable thing in the world to tell somebody, and you knew they wouldn't believe you? What would you do? You try. You try. You've got to learn how to express what you're feeling, or you are going to become detached and resentful. It's going to come inside. It's going to eat you up inside. And it's not anybody else's fault because they don't know what you're feeling inside. If you don't say it, how do they know? Can't read your mind. And even though I can see into your mind and I can see what's going on, you still need to be the one to speak. You have to be the one to speak. They do the best in their careers when they have a variety. They're not going to do the 9-to-5 jobs. They definitely can't be in a cubicle inside an office. They'll go nuts. They need to manage their own, right? They thrive when they're doing what interests them. They need to be doing, all of us do. I mean, think about that. Come on. If you are doing your passion, if your work is your passion, you're going to do great at it because you love it. It's your passion. So work at something that you love. So you may be a centipede person that had this kind of a business, and it's just not your thing, you know? Even though I built it up and it's great, but I really want to do this. I really want to be a gardener. I really want to grow herbs. I want to be out in nature. I want my hands in the soil. And people are going to think, you're crazy. What, are you kidding me? No, but they're going to turn that into something amazing. Because when they put their gifts to work with their passion, when something that they're doing is what they love, they're going to be very successful at it. They're very, very good with children because they understand. They would be great big brothers, big sisters, daycare workers, elementary school teachers, anybody daycare, children, anything to do with children. Doesn't matter what they choose, whatever it is they like. They're voracious students. They love to learn. So whatever it is, that if they follow what they love, they're going to be good at it. They've got, they're definitely the one that you want at your side when you're going through a hard time. They've got a great bedside manner. They make great doctors because doctors need to have more compassion. And a lot of the doctors are removed from their emotion. Now that's the interesting thing about these guys, is you may not see a lot of emotion on the outside. They hold a lot on the inside, but they feel it. They feel it, and in their energy, you can feel it. I feel it. The compassion and you're just drawn to that energy. It's such beautiful energy. Children go to people like that like magnets, because children go where there's love, right? And that's the kind of energy that they send out. So no matter what they do, if they end up doing a work that they don't like or they're disinterested in, they're going to end up being depressed and lazy and not do a good job at it. And they're going to lose so much magic that they hold inside of them. They got to get away from a job that isn't what they want. They have to be in a job that they find stimulating, that they find that brings their passion out. That's what they got to be. And then they bring magic to the world. And that's what I said when I saw him. It's so funny, when I saw him on the wall, I went up and I looked at him and I took a couple pictures of him. And it's funny because those are the words I said. I said, there's magic. There's magic. They are magic. They are the Merlin. They are the wizard. They are the magic. So, yes, I'm very fond of my centipede. Okay, so we're going to do a couple cards. Okay? So the decks that we have, and I think I'm going to do it like this. Maybe I'll face this way so you guys can, maybe I can turn the camera on. The wind keeps coming up. Gosh, I can't believe fall season is already upon us. I mean, the wind was blowing and I felt the air fall in the air. Wow. So let me put all this stuff away so it doesn't blow away. I'll let you guys look around while I get organized. So, what do we have? Okay, I gotta set this up so that these guys don't take flight. Alright. So the first message we have, this is from the Oracle, the Faery Oracle. You guys can see that, right? Okay, so here we see this girl, child of the moon, forgiveness, transcending the ego. Okay, so we've had a theme lately about having to forgive, about letting go of revenge. And what's going on here is this fairy, she's holding on, she's got her hands up to the moon. She's asking for the moon energy to come down and pour down upon her. Just like I asked for the sun to fill us up and protect us, she's asking to be bathed in the light of the silver moon. Now what's really super cool about the moon is if you place yourself underneath the healing rays of the moon at night, a sun bath, like, and you know the sun bath during the day? Well, you're going to do a moon bath. Do you know that the moon has crystals on it? And the crystals, it's mainly made up of crystals. And one of the crystals is peridot. I had to check myself, but it's the truth. It's made up of peridot. And peridot is a crystal that eases out
and gently lifts away from our chakras and our physical cells and our light body any wounding energies that are causing us to feel anger or resentment. It assists you. It assists you. So we call upon the moon. Remember I said before? We called upon the sun before. Well, now we're going to call upon the moon. Because, and I had to really listen to this one because I'm a forgiver. I forgive very quickly. I get mad, I blow up, I say things, and it's over with. But I've watched some people do things to the person that I love. And I'm angry at that. When somebody comes against someone I love, I want to decimate them. I want to take them down. So I need to do this. I know that I need to do this. I got that message yesterday. Who do you need to forgive? Those people, that whole family. I need to forgive them for doing what they did to him. I need to forgive them. So I don't want to look at their face and say, I want you to be my friend. But I can ask for the moon to help me ease this. I have a peridot bracelet my best friend gave to me. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to use the healing energy of the crystals of the moon, peridot, to help me release this anger and resentment. Because it's there. And I have to let it go. And so what I will just say is, I forgive the situation. I just forgive. And what I want to do, and this is what we can do, is realize that we all chose to play a part when we came here. I love that. We all chose to play a part, a role. That's what we have to look at. We have to look at these people that are doing evil, horrible, rotten, deceitful, conniving, and awful things to other people. They're just movies. It's just a movie we're watching. We're watching an actor. You're not going to hate that actor because he's playing that part. Sometimes you do, though. Sometimes you get so mad after watching a movie with an actor doing something that you don't even like that actor anymore. Well, that actor's done a really good job, right? Well, these people are playing out a role. So I'm going to look at those people and recognize, wow, that was that crappy role that they had to play. They had to come down here and be that rotten person. You know? I'm glad it's not me. And let karma take care of it. So we're going to ask for that. Forgiveness. We're going to ask to transcend our ego mind, because it's our ego mind that says that we can't forgive. It's our ego mind that says that being angry makes a difference, because it doesn't. It just cripples us, right? So we need to conduct possibly a forgiveness ceremony, because if you don't, if somebody's done something to you that's been very, very painful, while you're still vibrating with that negative energy, you draw that to you again. So you don't want to go through this with the next person. So there it is. It happened. I forgive. I release. I am not going to carry this. I'm going to let you carry it. Remember that person that was going to stop the royal wedding between my twin and I, was stopping the wedding, doing all these evil things, this woman, and she said, I will get you, and I'm here, and I'm going to follow you. And I said, I see you. I see you. I'm not your victim. I see you. And you will not do this. This will not happen. And I put her arm behind her back, but I said, this will not happen. And I don't even have to do anything about this, because you are drawing your own karma on yourself. That's why we did the shield with the mirror. Put the mirror around us. Recognize that we've got mirror plating around us. And whatever they have done, it's going to bounce back at them. Realize, no matter what they've done, it will come back on them. It's not for us to worry about it. So let it go. They're just actors in a play. They did a good job with that role. We don't want to go to that play again. We're done with that one, so we're going to move on. But if we hold this feeling of resentment and anger, and want to get even, this feeling of revenge that seems to be floating around, we will vibrate that same situation to us again in another circumstance, and we don't want that to happen. So conduct a forgiveness ceremony. Do something so that you don't recreate this. Because when we forgive the situation and the ones that have hurt us, we are able to free ourselves, right? So ask Spirit to help us. Help me exercise my forgiveness muscles. Help me do this. I need your help to look at this like it's a movie. I need your help to feel sorry for them and realize, geez, I wouldn't want to be them. You know, they got to carry that around with them for the rest of their life. I would hate to be you. That's what I say. I'm glad I'm not you. Man, that would be a tough road to hoe, you know? And it's their choice to stay there, but man, I wouldn't want to be it. So
That's what we have to say. And of course, it doesn't just happen that quickly and that easily, but we can work at that, and we can ask Spirit, because the longer we hold on to any of these feelings of resentment, self-pity, anger, victimhood, we will bring to us that energy, because that's what we're vibrating at. We can't vibrate at that level. We need to vibrate higher. Yes, we need to vibrate higher. Take ourselves away. Take yourselves away from that. Wherever that's going on, remove yourself from it. That's why I want to go where there people aren't. You know, come up here and hang out with the animals. Come up here and get a shot in the arm from this, right? Use the energy of the outside to help you with this and cheer you up and clear you. But you can use this silver ray of the moon and use it just like I use the sun, burning away all the negative. Well, the silver ray of the moon is also now, it's putting down this peaceful, calming energy. And it's clearing. And it's brushing all the debris away of everything that has caused you pain. Just allow it. Even if you don't know how it's going to happen, just be open to it. Just know that you can be free from the past when you want to be. And you will know that you have gotten to a place where it has worked. When you don't, my mom used to say, I don't have a charge on that anymore. Like, you can bring up a person's name, somebody that's done something really, really horrible, you know, and somebody will say something, they'll give me the name or whatever, and when you don't react, when you don't feel sad, when you don't feel angry, when you don't feel anything, you've healed from it. It's a really great feeling. It is, because I've had some pretty horrible things happen, and you say the name, and I don't get a charge on it at all. It's just like, okay, next. And that's where we want to get, right? That's where we want to get. We want to get to the place where we're peaceful, and the situation no longer hurts us. We can take the lesson from it, and then we can leave those people in the past, because they don't belong in our lives. They don't belong in our present. See you later. It's time to detach from you. Okay. Next message. Shimmer. The number 39. 3. Ascended Masters. 9. You have completed an aspect of your life, and you are now moving forward. It's time to move forward, because it's about happy endings, and let's get moving here. The words are glamour, confidence, allure, charisma. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful the colors. Oh, I love the colors. Lavender, purple. Look at her sitting there. She's very confident. We don't have the light on us. Come on, we need some light. No? All right. So there she sits. And she's sitting in that chair. She doesn't look insecure. She looks like she's doing pretty good. She's drawing. She's a shapeshifter. She's drawing energy from the outside, from all around her, her higher self. She's very powerful. So close your eyes and see that fairy dust that she's got all around her, falling all around you. Bring that beautiful, magical ability to shapeshift. And do you know what this means? If you are able to shapeshift, you can go into a tough situation. You may be going into it. Maybe this is why this is coming up. You might be coming into a situation, or you're going to be spending time around people who lead you to believe that you're less than you are. Okay? These are the ones that you're going to be having to forgive, because these aren't working in their highest. They're not working in their highest power. Okay? They are cocky, arrogant, talk down to you. They make you feel, their intent is to make you feel uncomfortable. Their intent is to make you feel that they are superior. That's their intention. And so you're going to bring this shape-shifting dust and cover your entire body. And while you have this energy around you, you are going to be able to protect yourself from the tendency that you have to allow your monkey mind and your ego to believe the bull crap that they're spewing. Okay? You're going to put this shield around. Your hair is going to be sexy. Your hair is going to get, it's going to go perfect that day. It's going to be fuller. Your skin's going to glow. You're going to feel confident, and you have a glow that's going to come from you, right? You're going to shine. You're going to shine this beautiful shape-shifting dust. It's just going to make you feel like you're 2 inches taller. Like you've just lost, wow, did you just lose 5 pounds? Man, have you been on vacation? You look really well rested. Wow. You're looking fantastic, because that's what's going to happen. Because when you have this energy on you, it will literally change your appearance. It's going to, just slightly, just enough to make people wonder, what's going on? There's some kind of a, what's her secret? Are you engaged? Are you pregnant? Are you getting married? Did you just, What is going on? Why is it that all of a sudden you've got this, I don't know, you just got it. You've got this glow. You've got this. This is what you can call in. You can call upon your fairy friends, spirit, higher self, angels. Give me this. Give me this energy. Fake it till you make it, right? Put it on. Put on the show. Be an actress. Put it on. But what's interesting is when you carry your body with this confidence and you exude this because you believe in this shield that you've put upon yourself, because you've called it in, you've erected it, you see it. And when you walk out there, people have no idea what might have been going on inside your mind before. Right now, what they see, they literally see the energy that you're vibrating. You're vibrating this positive, confident, alluring energy, right? And when you have this energy working with you, and Spirit says they're gonna give you this. They're gonna give you this. It's there to be called upon. You can call it in. So if you call this in and you use this, you will feel yourself radiating. People will see it. I've done this. I know what this feels like. I've gone into situations where I felt like it was going to be very uncomfortable. I don't do well in crowds of people that I don't know. I just don't, And I thought, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just dress for success. And I put this whole thing on and I asked for it. And I did. I went in there and it was so easy. All of a sudden, I wasn't worried anymore. They're just people. Anyway, we have to remember who you are. Remember who you are. We are not this limited suit. We're just wearing this suit right now. I'm just wearing this hat, right? I have so many hats, right? This can be my outdoorsy hat. This can be my work hat. There's so many hats. I'm a teacher hat. I'm a mom hat. I'm a sexy lover hat. I'm a sister hat. I'm a daughter hat. I'm a granddaughter hat. I have so many hats that I can wear. So when you put this on, you're going to ask for your glamour hat. I'm going to put my glamour hat on and I'm going to go in and I'm just going to rock it. I'm just going to walk in with this attitude. And I'm asking you to help me do this. And I believe I can do it. And then you walk in there and you do it. And people are going to be just like, wow. People are going to be drawn to you. People are going to come to you. And it's going to help you get through what might be a tough meeting. Maybe you got to go testify. Maybe you got to go sit before a board of something and give your speech. And you're not, somebody who's used to speaking out in front of people. So be an actor, be an actress. Put yourself into this role and ask Spirit to help you step into the role of this glamorous, confident, alluring fairy. Step into your role. You can do it. Anybody can do it. When you ask for Spirit, I told you I trust Spirit. They can give us anything that we ask for. Anything can happen. We are capable of anything. We can do anything we set our minds to. It's all in your head. You've got to tell yourself. So positive affirmations. Build yourself up in the mirror. Talk to yourself in the mirror. God, you look fantastic. Gosh, your eyes are just sparkling. Your hair looks so healthy. Man. On and on and on. I think there's a little video. I think I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it on my page about a girl who did this. Started talking to herself, And when by the time the date got there, he was just like, whoa. Before that, she was all down in the dumps, seeing all the flaws about herself. But she looked at herself in the mirror and she started telling herself all these wonderful things about herself. And by the time she had the meeting with the person, she was rocking it. So you can do this, okay? Next message. Letting go, detachment, moving on. I think this has a lot to do with those creepy people that have been making you feel bad. These creepy people that have hurt you and damaged you, and you've been so sweet and so loving and so giving. No more. You see this one dragging, right? And it says, letting go, detachment, and moving on. Now the deal is here, you have been taken care. You're the one that's been doing all the caring. And this one, I can't survive without you. I can't survive without you. How can you leave me? I love you. But you need to detach yourself. This person, they're acting like they're going to die. I'm going to drown if she... No, you're not. Stand up. I'm standing. You can stand up too. If I can do this, you can do this. I don't need to do this for you, right? You won't die if I leave you. But they've made you feel this way because you're like the centipede who takes care of everybody else first. Your first thought is for other people. But it's time now, they're saying, to detach and start thinking about yourself because they are holding you back. They're currently suffocating you, restricting or dragging at you. And even if it's the most difficult thing for you to do, to let this loved one go, you have to do it. You've got other things that you need to do.
Some people, friends or family, or just the person themselves, may say that you're cold and you're unkind, and it's your duty to take care of this one. How could you do this? This one loves you. How can you abandon them to this fate worse than death? Don't let them tell you. They're crossing over your boundaries. It's time for you to put up your own personal boundaries. You've been carrying burdens that belong to them. It's not for you to carry this person's burden. You've got your stuff to carry, they've got theirs to carry. This is a very capable person. And you may find people are able to rise to the occasion if you expect them to, because a lot of times sometimes people feel like they like that savior complex. They want to be the savior, the fixer for everybody else. But it's time to soar. You've got other things to do. You don't need that, right? You don't need that. You don't need to get your shot in the arm by being the hero and the martyr. Nobody wants a martyr. God doesn't want you to be a martyr. He's got other things planned for you. So you teach people how to treat you. And you need to think about what you're worth. It's not all about what they're worth. And it's not too late to change. You're not refusing to save this person's life. You're just telling them to stand up out of the water and get on a rock themselves, right? And sometimes, as I said, you might feel that that's where your sense of worth comes from, your sense of self-worth, because I'm a carer. This is what I do. It's the kind of person I am. But not to your detriment, not to the place where it is now, and to the point where it's dragging and it's sucking the life out of you, and it's draining your energy. And it's certainly not helping that person. You're enabling that person to be crippled. You're not a one-person rescue squad. You're not Batman, right? And when you are finding yourself, and I heard my twin say the other night, God, I'm sick and tired of paying for everybody. Everybody comes to him. I watched this. Since you're paying for everybody else, can you pay for me too? And then I watched as he looked outside, and this person was with two other people. His kid was with two other women, and they had other things that they had bought, and he said to himself, geez, he's not homeless. He's not living in the streets. He's got stuff. Why do I have to feel guilty because I don't give? I don't want to have to give again and again. Everybody needs to earn their way, right? Nobody gets a free ride. So stop being the enabler. Stop taking care of this one that's dragging you down. Because you're going to end up having this resentment and anger that's going to come into the service of other people. Because you are meant to help others. There's a lot of people that you can help. You're not supposed to be just carrying. Remember that big dog's ride for free? Forget that. Kick the dog off the horse's back and let him walk. We all have to do our work, right? Okay, next message. We had this before. Greenman's bride. So, we're talking about the man of the forest. This is a sacred union, the commitment ceremony. This is about the relationship she's a wild girl and he's a wild man of the forest. They're both of nature. These are ones that have learned their way. They've done their work. They've gone through the tough stuff, and they have grown, and they have found out who they are. This is definitely the wild Greenman of the forest. This is the Robin Hood character who has found the one that he wants to have as his bride, his beloved. They're going to make some kind of a commitment. They're not fooled by imperfection. They're not fooled by people being on a pedestal. They don't have each other up on a pedestal anymore. They see each other as they are. They see their flaws and their weaknesses, but they see their strengths and their power. And they know that together they're an amazing team. They have found that in each other, and they respect each other deeply. They have respect for one another. It talks about it. This comes at a time when there could be a commitment ceremony, there could be engagement, there could be whatever it is, partners that are taking the next step. They're taking the next step. Engagement. Some people don't get married. Some people just come up to the forest and write their own vows and commit themselves to one another. Right? Whatever it is, it's about moving this relationship forward from, it's past the early kind of dating lover stage. They know each other. They know each other. They were made for each other. They have this, they're mirrors of one another. They're complements of one another. They know how to give and they know how to receive. They know how to open themselves up to each other. This is definitely the sacred union. The sacred union where we all want to get to the place of bliss. Sacred sexual union is the highest form. And you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. People that practice tantric sex and they think that they're in groups and this is sacred bliss. No, it isn't. That isn't spiritual. If you're not with your partner, and you're using this as a way to have sexual relations or feelings, or using that energy, and you're trying to make it spiritual. That's not what this is. These two are committed to one another. They're not with anyone else. They are for each other only. Their love is for each other, and
Together they have grown. Together they have learned their lessons. Together they want to move further. They want to go further. They want to continue to grow. They're connected to spirit. They're deeply in love. They're deeply devoted to one another. They've got each other's back. They go to the mat for each other. When nobody else is there, they know that they're there. They're just, that is the sacred union. This is definitely the coming together of twin souls. Absolutely. This union is based on they honor and respect, and they honor and respect one another on every level. Remember, I said before, I would never be with somebody if I didn't get them and they didn't get me, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, vibrationally, in every level. They honor and respect one another that deeply, on every single level. I respect the spiritual one in you. You respect the spiritual one in me. I respect your heart. I respect my heart. I love the way that you love me. They know how to open themselves up to each other. They are true. They're not afraid to express their feelings to one another. They've got this comfortable silence. They don't have to talk. They can just be in each other's energy, and it feels good. They don't know everything about each other. They want to discover that. They have mysteries. And they're eager to go on adventures together. This is an amazing, amazing connection. This is the ultimate gift that we are given, is this sacred sexual union. This is what I want to be brought home to me with my twin. So that's our reading, you guys. And right there on that branch, that's a downy woodpecker. They're all over that tree. And and there's a hummingbird up there too. You can't see him right now, but it's to the right. But on that tree are downy woodpeckers, which I think is just the coolest thing ever, because I would have never known that those were downy woodpeckers. I'll put their meaning in this reading. I love it up here. Got a little girl and her mom sitting up there. I wasn't going to stop. I figured, hey, let them hear it. So, you guys, thank you for being here with me. We've got our new moon up there. Put out your new moon wishes. I see an eyeball. Hey, did you guys see the post that I posted of there was a fire earlier, and as I came out of my driveway, oops, what's the light? As I came out of my driveway, I looked up, and I swear to God, it was the Anunnaki walking in front of me, and I said, wow, they walk the land right up there among us. The energy was there. It was huge. There was a picture of him. You could see him. It was amazing. I videotaped it. It was incredible. So if you'd like any help with dream analysis, long-distance Reiki healing, I'm doing a lot of Reiki right now, and it's powerful. And I told that man I'm going to be sending him Reiki. And I'm working on Lily. Spirit, I asked, what should I do for her? My cat, right, that's not eating. She's still not eating very much. What is it that I need to do? And they said, use your gifts. Use your healing hands. She loves you. Put it into her. You can do this, and I know that I can. So, long distance Reiki healing, dream analysis, life coaching. I'm doing a lot of life coach work, which I love. It's my favorite thing. I love teaching. It's my favorite thing to do. And personal private readings. I'm available. So my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is Sherry Columbus, SherryColumbus @yahoo.com. When you go to my website, go see, you can pick out the times and whatever, the amount of time that you want to spend with you, because you're paying for my time. Of course, and my knowledge and my gifts, but you choose the amount of time that you want, and how we're going to do this, or what you choose to have done. Talk to me about that in an email. So send me an email, because I get that right away, and then we can decide if we're going to do a video reading, if we're going to do over the phone, if you want a written reading, if it's going to be Reiki. We'll discuss what you need to do in order to make it most comfortable and beneficial for you. Dream analysis, of course, you're going to have to give me the dream, and we can arrange that. So I think that's it. I'm going to let you guys take a look around. My phone battery is almost gone, but we were able to do the whole reading. I didn't think we were even going to do the whole reading. I kind of felt like I wasn't going to do it, but I guess it needed to be said. So here we are. This is why I love it up here. Pretty soon, I mean, I can feel it. The wind is cool. Pretty soon it's going to start to rain. And then it'll start getting crisp up here. I'll be then. So, hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. It is Sunday, right? You never know what day it is. You know, when you work for yourself, you never know what day it is. Here's the lake. Wow, there's a lake over there as well. Can you see that shining? So, the song that I got, remember the song that I got the last time I was here? And Spirit said, and the sun will go down on you. And I thought, oh, and it did, right? But I got it this time as I was coming up. And the message for it this time, look how cute she is. I love that. Adorable. Peace. The message was, sometimes, the song is, the sun will set on you, and sometimes goodbye is the only way. And I'm thinking about that card, about the person letting go of the one that's been dragging down, the one that has been expecting them to take care of them, because you've always taken care of them. You've always been the one to be the one-man army or the one-woman army. I'm trying to find it where you can see. There you go. And you got to let go. And so sometimes goodbye is the only way. Sometimes the new start is you letting go and moving on. And sometimes you got to leave the area, because sometimes if these cards are all going together, and I feel like they are, those people have hurt you. These people that you've given to have hurt you. And you're not really going to be able to release that resentment and that pain inside of you until you're away from them, until you're away from the feelings, you know, and the energy around it. And when you get away, when you finally get away and you can come to a place of peace and you're doing things for yourself, then you're going to be able to release that pain. And it could be years and years of pain. It could be from childhood, you know? And then you're going to be able to be of service to other people. But while you are sitting there holding on to these feelings of resentment, while you're doing the work, see, you're probably doing it still. You're probably taking care of them still, doing everything, while resenting it at the same time. That's not good. That's not good for your own self, and it's definitely. And when you give with that kind of a heart condition, it's not even a gift; it's a curse. So you're going to then be able to give from your heart, and it's going to be because you want to, and maybe you'll even be able to give to them again one day, but not now. Now you need to let go of them. Now they need to stand up and do their own work. Why should you do the work? Who made you their own personal savior? You're not Jesus. You might look like him, but you're not him. All right, you guys. Oh, it smells so good up here. You have no idea how good it smells up here. I'm excited to see what Spirit's going to let me find as I walk around here. I always get a gift. They always give me a gift. Last time I got the downy woodpecker's feather because I didn't know that that's what the bird was, and that's why I needed to have it. Uncle Phil told me, he's like, that's a downy woodpecker. And I looked it up, I looked at the little bird, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the bird. And I got that beautiful green acorn, which was a representation of the acorn man, remember? Which was the Robin Hood character, which is also the Green Man. And it showed me that that's coming. I know that that's coming for me. I feel the Emperor all around me. It's amazing. God, I love this spot. It's so cool how the rocks and the trees are like right into the rock. It's a trip. Oh, it's so beautiful. You know, from down in the bottom, my battery's dying. From down in the bottom, you can't see these trees. It doesn't even look like this is up here. It just looks dry down there. That's why that's the past, and then the present was where I'm at, the flat part, and this is my future. There's life up here. There's growth. It's green and new and exciting and challenging. And this is what I'm calling in. This is what I call in. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming with me. And I will speak to you again. Peace, love, and golden light.